Okay, hello everyone. What can I say? I am kind of back. I suppose Luke Smith inspired me to complete the final part of my arc. What can I say? Okay, so today we are going to be talking about figures in history, and this is something I notice a lot in modern discourse. Is everybody likes to be morally judgmental. Everybody likes to get on their moral high horse, wave their fucking finger, and basically just fucking judge like they're a fucking god or something. And we're going to be talking about how I guess you could say complicated history really is. So let's start with everybody's favorite boogeyman, okay? The G, the one and only. The G, the one and only. The Big Eight, okay? Many people talk about how Hitler is just plain fucking evil, right? Even though I can list several other people who have done many similar things to Hitler, but are favored in history. The historical discourse around these other figures, as you will come to see, is far more nuanced and favorable and lenient than the discourse around Hitler. You see, Hitler and everything Hitler believed in is just plain fucking evil, right? Hitler, his real goal was he did not actually want to kill all of the Jews. He did not want to kill them. He just wanted the Jews out of Europe. It was the Mufti of Jerusalem who actually convinced him to do it. It was the Mufti of Jerusalem who actually convinced him to do it. Hitler wanted the Jews out of Europe. We could talk about why that is, but you know what? Let's just not, because I will explain that part a little bit later. But the point is, he was an anti-globalist. He wanted Germany to just be a German country, France to just be a French country, and he just wanted people to maintain borders. He wanted to maintain his culture. Yeah, basically, he just wanted Jewish people out of Europe. He didn't care where they went. He was not actually out to kill them at all. And if you think about this, right, the Germany thing, let's actually talk about that for a second. Today, in the 21st century, Muslims are allowed to have their own countries, okay? Jews can also have their own country. But as soon as Germans wanted their own country, it suddenly became a problem. As soon as Hindus want their own country, it suddenly becomes a problem. As soon as like white Christians or whatever want their own country, it suddenly becomes a problem. One of the biggest battles, I guess you could say, in history was between Hitler and Churchill. And basically, Winston Churchill is one of those figures in history who I still think to this day is just praised as a godly being, you know, no evil. But if you look at what Winston Churchill did, or at least his opinions, and the things he was willing to do, you'll understand that these two figures are not that fucking different, okay? Churchill hated Indians as much as Hitler hated the Jews. Now again, I'm not trying to compare, or I'm not trying to say one is better than the other. The whole point of this video is to show that unilateral moral judgments in history are simply hypocritical. You know, why is it that the cruelty of what these guys did measured in a different light as opposed to the cruelty of what these people did? What about the Dresden bombings? What about the Bengal famine? Again, I know there's controversy around Winston Churchill's role in the Bengal famine, but let's just say there was a high probability that Winston Churchill had a hand in the Bengal famine, which cost 3 million lives. This is like technically half of what Hitler did, if you think about it, if you want to get like really autistic about the atrocities and all that stuff. But yeah, and another thing is, he was willing to sacrifice the entire nation of India, the entire Indian population, to beat the Nazi regime. You know, like, does the idli vada sambar not matter, guys? Do Indian lives not matter, guys? Is it only the Jewish lives that we're supposed to care about? You know, what about the Indians, guys? Come on, right? And another thing, let's get to another boogeyman in history, Stalin. This guy, I think even to this day, people still consider the context of Stalin's actions. Stalin arguably led to the deaths of like something like 72 million or whatever with his mismanagement and famines, but he is still credited with industrialization of Russia along with the nuclear age of Russia. And I think he also did some of that space bullshit. Ooh, he went to fucking space, people. It's like the context of the greater good of Stalin's actions are considered, even to this day, even though he arguably led to more deaths than Hitler and Churchill put together. 72 million is much higher than, even if you blame Winston Churchill for the 3 million deaths, which again, I understand that it's technically not his fault, but at the same time, it kind of, I mean, who fucking knows, right? Like, apparently he did not have anything to do with it, but I think he kind of, you get the point, right? Even if you consider 3 million plus 6 million, you know, let's do autism math, okay? 3 plus 6 equal 969. 69 is less than 72, okay? And even if you look at someone like Stalin, people still weigh his actions. And now let's get to my favorite boogeyman, okay? In my opinion, okay, this is a bit of a joke, but it's kind of true. I think this person is the most evil person in this entire image. I think this person is the most evil, and I mean, I'll kind of explain why it's kind of a joke, but yeah, Lee Kuan Yew was an open eugenicist, and he was a globalist as well. Lee Kuan Yew was like the worst parts of Hitler, combined with the worst parts of Winston Churchill, combined with the worst parts of Stalin, all roped into one person. And the the greatest part about all of this is, because Lee Kuan Yew essentially supported the quote-unquote Western geopolitical system, to this day Lee Kuan Yew is hailed as a literal god. Right? Lee Kuan Yew is hailed as a literal god simply because he aligned with the right people, and again, he did the worst parts about all of these guys. He was an open eugenicist, and he believed in controlling every aspect of human life. You should read some of this guy's quotes. It's actually, it's moronic, like holy shit. He said things like, we have to control the way people spit, or else our society, quote unquote, will not grow. Lee Kuan Yew was willing to do anything for the industrialization, for the globalist industrial system. He believed that there's a genetically superior subset of people, and these people have the right to basically extract from entire population. Like, the top 5% of the 95% of the population should dedicate all of their resources and hard work to the top 5% of the population and basically live off of them. That is what Lee Kuan Yew essentially advocated for, and that is the system he built, even if you look at modern day Singapore. He arrested his political opponents, who were Christian, by the way. This is something many people don't understand. Operation Spectrum, Operation Cold Store. He arrested his political opponents without trial under bogus terrorist charges, and he admitted to that himself later. I think after like 2000, he literally said that these people were well-meaning, but they were kind of getting in my way, so I fucking got rid of them, okay? He has more quotes like, two dud mares breeding, and yeah, if you look at his beliefs and his actions and the things he was willing to do, it is the worst parts of all of these three people up here, okay? So, yeah, if this guy is hailed as a god, everything is fucking bullshit. None of this makes any sense. It's like globalism, it's like the worst part of everything. The worst part of globalism, the worst part of nationalism, the worst part of eugenics. It's like the worst part of everything. And the point I'm essentially getting at here is this unilateral moral judgment in history. Many cruel things have happened in history, and many cruel things are happening right now. I'll discuss this a bit later. But yeah, when you look at cruel action in history, I do believe the context of their actions needs to be taken into account. And I'm not trying to justify it. You'll see my opinion on this later, I guess. But if you look at today, the modern day, these organizations, you start to realize that these organizations, Palantir in the US, it's gotten a lot of popularity recently. It started in 2005, I think. The censorship, the warrantless mass surveillance, the detention without trial, these guys are the fucking same. Okay, these guys are the mustache man, arguably worse because they have stronger technologies. Like what about the NSA? Like, come on, what about Mossad? Okay, what about? Oh shit! What about this? What about this guy? What about this incident? Do we not remember this incident? I don't know where this guy came from. But oh shit! He just popped out of there, dude. Like, oh shit! What about this incident? Oh shit! You know, like once you start looking at conspiracies and once you start looking at the greater good, it's like we need to let this happen to let people give more faith in us, guys. Like because the greater good, for security, guys, the greater good. Oh shit! Oh shit! They lost 2 towers, guys. Like, you're telling me actions like this? I understand these are conspiracies, and I'm kind of joking here. But you're telling me actions like this get a free fucking pass? Like, do you know how interconnected all of these intelligence agencies are? I mean, there are more intelligence agencies that I haven't listed on here. I mean, I think you could even look at Indian intelligence. Indian intelligence is also very well connected with these figures. These guys are truly a globalist organization, and they're so powerful that to this day, you're not really allowed to even talk about it. You'll get censored on virtually all the platforms. Your payments will also get banned. It's like, if you look at how powerful these people are, the things they can do, the things they have probably done, like, this stuff is scary. You know, it's like, why is it that we do not apply any judgment to these things, but every time it's just the mustache man. It's just the mustache man is the evil man. It's like, what about all of these incidents? You know, what about the kamikazes? You know, like, to some extent, I understand, you know, I can understand the nukes, even. Because the kamikazes, Japan was such a brutal empire, they were willing to sacrifice their own sons for the greater good, the industrial nation, the Japanese empire, right? So basically, any single one of these actions can be justified. What about the surveillance? What about this? And now allow me to segue onto my basically final point, which is, I believe all of these people are full of shit. The Japanese, the Nazis, the fucking Americans, the CIA, Mossad, this globalist intelligence structure, Lee Kuan Yew. I believe all of them are full of shit. All of them are drunk on power and corrupt to the core. All of them are drunk on power and corrupt to the core. They use hacky utilitarian mathematics to justify any action, like suicide bombings of the kamikazes, the nukes, the crazy sick experiments, the Holocaust people, the Nazis did on Jewish. All of that is sick. I'm not trying to justify any of it. I'm not trying to justify the actions this person took, or the actions this person took, or the actions this person took, although many people try to justify the actions this person took. I'm not trying to justify the mentality of this person or the things Lee Kuan Yew achieved. It's like, fuck the industrial system, okay? I believe, okay, that this person right here is the least evil motherfucker here. That's a joke. Technically, this guy's the least evil person here, if we're being honest, but you get the joke, right? The whole point of principles and standing by them is that you need to stand by principles when it's difficult to stand by them. Because if you don't stand by principles when it's hard, it means you don't stand by principles at all. Part of the reason I still disavow Uncle Ted over here is because he killed innocent people, and I have a fucking problem with that. I don't care why he did it. Now, I can understand why he did it, kind of, and I agree with certain points he's made, but at the same time, killing innocent random motherfuckers is not okay. Like, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good thing to do, which is part of the reason I think Edward Snowden is the least evil motherfucker here. But you get the point. Like, if you look at all of these people, the Japanese Empire, the Singapore Empire, Singapore country, whatever the fuck, the American globalist empire, you look at the Israel-Mossad connections in the globalist empire, all of them have caused massive amounts of pollution. They have built these energy-sucking empires that rely on oil. They have prohibited opportunities for the little person. This is not just in America, actually. This is everywhere. It is illegal to farm. It is illegal to produce anything of value. It is illegal to be self-sustainable. These people have destroyed communities. And again, it's not just like, I think this guy is a brown guy. It's not just in India. Okay, this is everywhere. Joel Salton is an American guy and an American farmer. This whole point of standing by principles needs to happen no matter what. And if you put yourself in a position where you need to violate your principles or face consequences, then that means you fucked up. That means these empires, all of these empires, the fucking Stalin Empire, the fucking Winston Churchill Empire, the Nazi Empire, these people put themselves in positions where they had to do disgusting things to humanity to basically, I don't know, win for their cause. The principles of democracy, quote unquote, like, or fucking industrialization in Stalin's case, or Lee Kuan Yew's case. I don't believe these goals are good at all. These people, every person on this list, believed they were a literal god, and they believed it was their right, or they had the ability to override all human principles and basically do whatever the fuck they want to pursue their greater good, which is why I think every single person here is full of shit. So yeah, that's basically my little rant, I guess. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. This is a very small channel, as you can see, so I have some leeway in what I'm about to say. But yeah, like, use your fucking head. Don't let people put shit in it. Think about things, and most of all, the main message of this entire fucking thing is stand by principles. Especially when they're hard, okay? And make sure you don't put yourself in situations where you have to violate them. Like that, all of that matters. So stand for something. Thanks for watching, and bye.